the background on MGC. Before 2020, there's a lack of multicultural Greek fraternities and sororities, but back in 2018, Alpha Psi Lambda was one of the first Hispanic fraternities to come on campus. And then short after, Gamma Phi Omega came afterwards. And due to this influx of now Hispanic fraternities, we decided that MGC needed to be implemented. And it is our belief that with uniting our organizations, that we continue to promote friendship, culture, cultural awareness, and representation for each organization with the university. Next is our mission statement. So the MGC is a self-governing body composed of differently culturally based national and international fraternities and sororities. MGC promotes success in higher education and advances at diversity, inclusion, and multicultural awareness while catering to marginalized groups at the University of Dayton. The MGC creates a foundation of fellowship between fraternities and sororities with international, multi-ethnic, multicultural, gender inclusive, and/or diverse membership, and allows for their representation and voices on campus within the greater Dayton community. And then is our vision statement. The Multicultural Greek Council strives to respect and honor all cultures and traditions of its members, organizations, the awareness and promotion of all culture, ethnic, or diverse backgrounds. MGC works to create the foundation for diversity within the university's fraternity and sorority life, community, and build a safe space for marginalized and underrepresented individuals. MGC creates opportunity for students from all walks of life to engage in services, food therapy, and fellowship, as well as furnish educational opportunities to learn more about the culture and diversity. And then here are our values: academic achievements, leadership, fellowship, promote of equity and inclusivity, service to others and community, uplifting marginalized voices, promoting and celebrating cultural differences. So within MGC, we have two fraternities and sororities. Our first one is Alpha Psi Lambda, which is a co-ed fraternity, and the next one is Gamma Phi Omega, which is a sorority. So the event that we're trying to do for this special request form, this event is to help bring light to start the discussion on how immigration affects people around you and the problem that they face. Immigration Nation is a show on Netflix which dedicated to showing the struggles of Hispanic immigrants and some of their daily challenges. We're planning to show this event in the amphitheater on our street with the help of faculty in maintaining social distancing during the showing. And during the event, we'll be providing Hispanic flavors and foods like conchas, which is a Hispanic pastry, and then horchata and abuelita, which is a traditional hot cocoa. These foods will be distributed by like a designated server to abide by COVID guidelines. And the reason why we need this financial help is that originally we're planning on getting a screen/projector sound systems through a local company in Dayton that we would set up ourselves. But we were advised by university that they would prefer that we use a ready partnered company that provide this service. So that company's name is Super Games, and they usually partner with CAD, and they'll be providing us with the projector, the inflatable screen, the sound system, the professional staff to take up and set up and tear down. But the thing is, they cost a lot more than we were originally planning for. We were originally planning to pay around $565 for our first option, but because of the advisory of the university, we have to pay for Super Game services, which is $1,200. MGC is planning to pay the $200 using SGA's spring funding, and hopefully with the $1,000 with the special request funding, pay for the rest. Next, how will this benefit our organization? This will help us establish a relationship between MGC and the rest of the university campus. As we are like a new organization, we'd like to get our voice out there and kind of show the rest of the community in Dayton that we're here, that we exist. This will help us fulfill some of our values as well. For example, uplifting marginalized voices and promoting and collaborating with cultural differences and celebrating cultural differences. And then some ways that this will benefit the University of Dayton. We will help the community see cultural differences and give a lens to those that don't experience some of these obstacles that an immigrant would. We hope to educate our community on these issues and start the conversation on how immigration can affect people here on campus as well. And we would like to give the opportunity to people to experience and celebrate Hispanic culture and enjoy tasty pastries with each other while abiding by COVID guidelines. Any questions?
Awesome. Thank you so much, Franco. The floor is open to ask Franco any questions. So if any senators or members have any questions, feel free to unmute yourself.
So I've got a question for you, Franco. So A couple slides ago, you were talking about the costs went up quite a bit. And like, so is that UD's decision? Why did you have to switch companies? Just kind of wondering a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so originally we were gonna go with a local company in Dayton. I do not remember the name at the moment, but we're expecting to pay the 565, and that's like originally when we were doing budgeting and such like that. But when we presented it to our advisor, and our advisor brought it up with the I forgot who exactly, but he suggested to us that we use CAD's already partnered uh, um, company, the one that usually does the CAD nights, the movie nights and such. And they suggested that we use them for the professional staff in particular, because originally, but we would be setting up the sound system and the projector screen all on our own, just the members. So our advisor suggested that we should and need to be using these Super Games services that is usually partnered with CAD, because they're already partnered with the university, and the university already feels comfortable using them.
All right, thank you. I was just wondering about that because why we had to go with the more expensive option in that. So that sounds like the university's decision. Thank you very much for being here and speaking.
Thank you.
I can give a little bit of a background on that without knowing too much. It did sound like, Franco, the other company, you would have to set up the projector screen. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah, that's going to be the biggest issue is for risk mitigation purposes. Super Games is going to come in with insurance and experience with those screens, and those can be problematic if they're not set up professionally.
Any other questions for Franco? All right. Thank you so much, Franco, for presenting.
Yes, of course. Thank you.
You are free to leave or stick around if you desire, but thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
All right, thanks so much, Franco. All right, so Grant, will you go ahead and do attendance, please?
Definitely. Barat Ali.
Here.
James Bro.
Here.
Jules Carchelman. Jules.
Present. Yeah.
Thank you. Natalie Coppolino.
Here.
Morgan Cox.
Here.
Lillian Dickman.
Here.
Michael Fields.
Here.
Sophia Garcia.
Here.
Jessica Garvin. Jessica. Mason Gordon.
Here.
Dan Hennessy.
Present.
Courtney Henthorn. Anna Hobie.
Here.
Jake Jagels.
In attendance.
Bridget Mooney.
Here.
Drew Moyer. Brian Pearson.
Here.
Annie Philbin.
Here.
Chris Perucci.
Here.
Kat Pistoni.
Present.
Tommy Reese. Tommy. Luis Rogel.
Me.
Jack Santee.
Here.
Kelly Stewart. Kelly. Jacob Troutwine. Ben Thomas. Rachel Veneman. Rachel. And Alec Warren.
Here.
Cool. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Grant. Do we have any public announcements tonight? All right, seeing none, do we have any public comments and concerns tonight? All right, I don't see anybody unmuting themselves. So do any SGA members want to give a report?
I can give a quick one. Just the posters are up, and although I'm pretty sure like it's like the last day or something like that, today or tomorrow. So if you haven't put your name up there, definitely do. It literally takes like 5 seconds if you're on campus, obviously. And yeah, and then even once we take it down, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it down and move it to MEC. So then it'll still, be up and students can still see it and stuff like that. So yeah, if y'all can write your name, I'd definitely appreciate it. That also goes to Amy and Chris. Y'all can put your name on there too.
All right, thanks, Luis. Do we have any other SGA members who want to give a report tonight? All right, seeing none, I'll just give my report. Luis stole my thunder a little bit there, but that's okay. So today is the last day that the AAPI support wall will be up in KU. It will be coming down tomorrow, as we only had that space reserved for a week. As Luis said, it'll be in MEC hanging up. AAA expressed a lot of interest in keeping it because they said that our support really does mean a lot to them and go a long way. So like Luis said, please, please, please sign that if you haven't yet. But other than that, I don't have anything else. Oh, actually, I do have just one more thing. So Ryan put a message in the Slack asking about days and times for our end of the year banquet. So if you have not filled that out yet, please check the Slack message and fill that out as soon as you can. That was actually my last message. So Jagles, will you go ahead and get us into Senate floor?
Of course, Madam President, the time is 6:14 p.m. I hereby call Senate floor to order. Mr. Secretary, will you please call the roll of voting members?
Barat Ali.
Here.
James Brill.
Here.
Jules Carr-Chelman.
Present.
Morgan Cox.
Here.
Sophia Garcia. Thank you. Jessica Garvin.
Present.
Dan Hennessy.
Present.
Courtney Henthorn. Hannah Hobie.
Here.
Ryan Pearson.
Here.
Grace Perucci.
Here.
Tommy Reese. Luis Rogel.
I'm here.
Jack Santee.
Here.
Kelly Stewart.
Here.
Thank you. Ben Thomas. Jacob Troutwine. Rachel Veneman. And Alec Warren.
Here.
Okay. I have a count of 15 voting members.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Do we have any old business to address tonight? Seeing and hearing none, do we have any new business to address tonight? The speaker would look favorably upon bringing Senate Bill 2021-30 Multicultural Greek Council to the floor.
I move to bring that bill to the floor.
Thank you, Director Rogel.
I second that.
Hearing a second from Director Cox, we will go to all those in favor of bringing Senate Bill 2021-30 Greek Multicultural Council to the floor. Please raise your hands this time. All opposed. Seeing none in opposition, we will go to the bill. I will share my screen. Vice President of Finance Fields, you have the floor.
Thank you. So this is what Franco presented on just a little bit ago. My recommendation is giving them the full $1,000 because I think this could be an extremely beneficial event. providing a unique perspective that some of us might not be aware of. I yield my time.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. Do we have any points or motions?
Point of information.
Director Rogel?
Thank you. Yeah, I really do think that this just adds to that diversity and inclusion that SGA, is all about and stuff like that. This would be a great opportunity for all of us to really, go and show support to the, multicultural students on campus and stuff like that. So I think this would be a really great event. And then also another thing to note too is that like the Multicultural Greek Council was just formed like very, very recently. So, they also don't have that many funds and stuff like that.
Thank you, Director Rogel. Do we have any other points or motions? The speaker will look favorably upon a motion to fill in the blank.
Motion to fill in the blank.
Motion to fill in the blank from Director Rogel. Do you have a suggested dollar amount, Director?
Yeah, $1,000.
We have $1,000, which is the VPS recommendation. Do we have any other further dollar amounts? Hearing no other dollar amounts, $1,000 will appear on the bill. Do we have any further points or motions at this time?
Move to the previous question.
Hearing a motion, the previous question from Director Pearson. Do we have a second? Seeing a second from Senator Karchelman and hearing it from others. All those in favor of moving to the previous question, please raise your hands at this time. All opposed? Seeing none in opposition, we'll go into voting procedure on Senate Bill 2021-30. Please go ahead and vote at this time. By a vote of 15 to 0, Senate Bill 2021-30 is passed. Any further points or motions at this time?
I move to bring Senate Resolution 2021-2022 to the table. Never mind, no.
Hearing Director Cox has withdrawn that motion, do we have a motion to end the meeting? Speaker look favorably upon that.
Move to adjourn the meeting.
Hearing a motion to adjourn from Director Cox, do we have a second?
I second that.
Seeing and hearing seconds, all those in favor of adjourning, please raise your hands at this time. All opposed? Hearing and seeing none in opposition, Senate floor is hereby adjourned. Thank you all very much. Have a nice rest of your Sunday.